let's see if I got this right. Alright, this is it. Moment of truth. Fucking kidding me. Oh my god. Every time. Okay, that's much better. Just waiting for Discord to actually. I mean, granted, I don't really need Discord. I just want to check and see what's happening. A lot of people are doing stuff. A lot of my friends are doing stuff, but no one in like a certain. Shit. So, no one in like certain channels doing anything. As always. Give it a couple. Alright. We're just getting it started. And welcome back to part 2, or the continuation of the recording session from yesterday. The Wii Sports CPVs I like, but everyone else doesn't like. Part 1, it was actually, for those of you who haven't really been there, it was supposed to be a very long stream. I'm supposed to cover both Wii Party U, but unfortunately, plans had to actually get cut short. Got a text message, and I had to actually, meet up with somebody at the mall. I kind of forgot about that actually. So right now we're covering all of Wii Party. We already done the Wii Party U portion of the video, so now it's just Wii Party. At least. You know what I mean? At least. I don't have to actually do 2 remotes. I'm only doing 1. And I want to do something extra to make up for, bailing on the stream last time. Is anybody doing nothing? Of course, this is taking forever. Here we go. I have to break the rule of stream once a week. Just this once, because I don't want to wait till next week or actually finish recording. I want to finish this recording now so I can actually focus on the current projects that I'm falling behind on. In short, I'm probably not going to stream next weekend. Hi Blink, welcome. Let's do this. Hopefully this session doesn't really take too long, like last time. But that's only because of the mini games. What's gonna take long is to actually get the Mii's in the player 2 slot. I forgot I was playing as Lorraine. Alright, cool. I don't live... My area where I'm living in, I don't have a Culver's. It's up in like Michigan or some way too far away from me. So today, we're gonna start off with Master Difficulty, and we're gonna do Akira for representing for well, first, we're gonna start off with Akira. So obviously, we're starting off with Master, and we're gonna play 21 mini games or some shit. Wait, how many mini games are there? It's like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22. 11. I'm gonna be playing 11, so it's like half the game. Damn. I never heard that place before. I'm just gonna assume this is a local place that's just not here. In any case, let's get started. Oh, I see you. Thanks for dropping by. I don't know which meeting to play. We're seeing this one at the end. I know exactly what they're seeing. I don't want to play this mini game. Yeah, Blockade. Recording starts right now. This mini game is. I was actually told that this mini game was just not really meant for CPU Mii's. Which is actually definitely why the CPUs in this minigame are flat out useless. Except for when you're actually doing double box. They're actually pretty responsive when it comes to that. But anything else, they just kind of run around and not really do anything. Look at how useless it is. Okay, that took way longer than me to. You know, I have to admit, I'm only neutral to Akira. Probably due to the fact that table tennis, he just kind of gets on my nerves. But overall, I don't really think he's a really bad meme. Alright, let's move on to the next meet. Next meet, we're still remaining in massive difficulty. We're going to be going pairing up with Marisa. This is what's going to take time. You have to get them in the red for some reason. So ridiculous. I don't think I've ever really seen her in this line. Okay, there she is. Meet and greet. This meeting game is fun. Let's go. Oh, there she is. Let's go. Marisa's a good me. I definitely actually find her pretty cool. I used to hate her at some point. But nah, that hate kind of really subsided. Raiden. What's good? Nice to see you here. Alright, let's move on to the next meet. Yeah, we're moving from Master to Advanced. So we're going to be pairing up with Giovanna. Of course, she's going to be paired in the fucking green. Still, that's Yo, that's actually alright. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. You know, that was actually sending time to some IRL friends yesterday. But yeah, I know how it feels. which is exactly the reason why I'm here streaming now. Because you weren't there, but like originally this was like this portion of the stream was supposed to be for last stream, but I just had to cut it short because I had to really leave just to hang out. Here I am going back and forth. You know, I did have a good time yesterday. It was actually a time that I should socialize. Which, you know, that's actually pretty good. It's nice to actually go outside and interact with people instead of just actually just interacting with people online. Got a bunch of weird. No, I mean, it's nothing wrong with having. I was like, I'm not really saying that there's anything wrong with having like IRL friends, but you know, you gotta, you know, have some like actual human interaction, and that's exactly what I'm actually doing. I want to improve on my social skills, so in order to actually do that shit, I have to really, you know, go outside for once. But again, I had a really good time, you know, a really nice time. Got a lot of laughs, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Time's up.
I didn't really go to another city. Like, I kind of just remained in the same place. Over there. Yeah. Still trying to socialize. Yep, that's kind of my key. I want to socialize as much as I possibly can. Man, that's why I like VCs and something along those lines. I want to join more VCs. It's like, most of the time when VCs are happening, I'm at work, personally. But when they actually happen when I'm not at work, I always tend to not really go to them for some reason. And I can be very awkward in some talks. Okay, so we're moving on to standard with Barbara from Wii. I don't know, I'm just trying to feel. I just seem. It's like I'm socially awkward, but not in like a weird way. And it's, you know, it's kind of hard to really explain. Like, I speak kind of awkwardly. I always wanted to think before I actually speak. You know, if I say something dumb, I'm always really thinking back, like, why did I even say that, sort of thing. And that is like, it's, with that thought process is why I do, if I do have some level of social anxiety. It's not like I'm antisocial or anything. I can't communicate with people. It's just like I just have that really big social anxiety I've just been dealing with my whole life. Is why I barely said anything to anybody. But you know, last night was actually different. Last night I was actually talking. Last night, you know, I had some really good laughs with a lot of people who I'm actually comfortable with. It's always running in public. I always have to really just state that everybody that's just judging me all around. And one wrong move, one wrong saying, and I'm just gonna be labeled as some sort of loser or something like that. I mean, right now, it did take me a while just to actually come out of my shell and actually build my voice. Something I always said, like, constantly, you know. Right now, I can be talking right now, and I can be comfortable with that, and not really regret it. But, like, in real life, it's just kind of the exact opposite. Introverted. it's introvert. It's mainly introverted, and intermixed with social anxiety is what's actually really getting to me. You know, I just want to really break out of that shit. I gotta really. I'm about to be 25 this year, and I just really need to actually really just break out of that shell. I want to actually really just, not only express myself, I also want to actually really, change who I am. Be more comfortable with myself. And hello, Leah. Welcome. Now, I'm not going to really change my entire personality. I mean, I'm still going to be the same guy that you're actually seeing right now. It's just real life. Sick and tired of this whole introvert shit. It's just been going on for years, and I definitely need to actually change my ways. I see something in chat, but I can't actually see it right now. Yeah, that is. But yeah, actually, no, at some point I was that. And what's up, Pascal? Welcome. But yeah, I kind of was like that. I didn't hang out with anybody. Used to time I would just be chilling by myself. And again, kind of don't really like that sort of thing anymore. I don't want to just really just isolate myself like I used to. What's not to mention. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to really, start some unnecessary shit. And this is just a joke, but there are a certain group of individuals, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that maybe you could classify it as antisocial as fuck. So, I'm using it very good. And exactly, you know what? Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Like, just because they're introverts doesn't really mean you're just antisocial. Like, I can socialize with people. It's just when I am socializing, I just don't really talk that much. And it has nothing to do with, no. It has nothing to do with I have poor communication skills. It's just the fact that, I don't really have that much to say. And that's just basically it. I can socialize. It's like, I feel some people kind of misconstrue, like, being introverted as antisocial, which that is a complete and utter bullshit argument, and I just really don't like. Like, that's just not, like, it's not the best. But you can't really just say that we don't know how to interact with any human beings. Incels are kind of one of them. Incels. Yeah, that. Well, and exactly, Raiden, I'm the exact same way. No, that's definitely me. You know, I kind of really just mix in certain groups. So now I'm in a certain group, but all my life I just been just poking heads here and there and just been like everybody's just kind of been chill with me for like throughout like my high school. So I'm peak, but you know, I did have some friends. I don't interact with them anymore, aside from Snapchat. But that's an entirely different story. But I guess there's nothing wrong with being introverted. It's just that for me, I definitely want to socialize. That's just kind of my end goal. Like I said, man, there's just certain people online there's just certain people that are actually online in whatever community you can actually just think of. The obvious one I'm actually saying that I feel as though barely anybody can, like, there's a lot of people who are classified as definitely being antisocial. And it's like, it's sort of weird. It's just, I think it's just like a mix of just weird, I want to say like weird behaviors that people are actually portraying online leads them into that type of lifestyle, and it's like, it's just not really healthy at all. I don't really like, so I just really don't like that. That's, you know, there's nothing wrong with being in a comfort zone. You want to be alone, you want to actually be in that little comfortable space. You know, that's actually pretty good. I'm proud. I do have a personal space, like in this room or something. I like to just be alone with my own thoughts. It's also kind of one of the reasons why I just kind of really get shit done. Well, sometimes I get shit done. Other times I just kind of be lazy with my shit. But other times it's just. It kind of, for me, it's just kind of really gets boring after a while. Not that, like, I really do hate being in this sort of space. I just like, I want to get out of my comfort zone. That's what I'm actually saying. Alright, yeah, that's cool for you. Nah, you cool. Nah, cool. You actually, if you're happy about being off, you know, that's pretty cool to say. Lucky you. But oh, that's good. Oh yeah, good for you, my guy. See, it's okay. Like, it should be okay. Like, be introverted. Being an introvert, it's a lot like I feel as though it's just like you get into like a lot less drama because when you actually interact with people, especially in like work, they can actually really greet you. You can actually talk and shit. But like you're not really into that much drama, and I barely got into any drama. When I'm actually not really social in the real world. Say for a couple family members, but it's just family or something. But outside the family, I'm not beef with anybody. I kind of just really vibe with everybody, which that's kind of really one of my personal strengths of being introverted. Just weakness though is that you're not gonna get that many friends, and I kind of quickly learned that they're not really friends with you because they really vibe with you. They're only gonna be friends with you because you're kind of near their proximity, and they kind of really check up on you, but you're not really linked up because they don't. It's like they don't really know you like that. You can't really joke around with you because you don't know how you react, and like you're just not really just linked in with anybody. That's how I actually treat it. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just how I interpret it. Interacting with people. That's just kind of the only downside. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, you see, and that's another thing. I kind of really hide what I do. Now, see, online, it's the exact opposite. I'm involved with drama. Well, not on my own free accord, and it's mostly some bullshit that I actually said that's not my fault, and what drama that's actually, I don't know if it's currently happening or not, but I'm not even surprised to end it, and I don't want to talk about it right now. But this right here, like even my YouTube channel, I barely talk about that outside. I can't really keep all this hidden, which it's probably not healthy for me to actually just keep it hidden because it's just a part of me. Like YouTube's kind of really passionate to me. Memes are kind of a passion that I've actually grown, but it's like I don't really want to talk about that outside because there again with the social anxiety, fear of me judged based on what I actually play. Not that I'm quitting making me content. I'm not gonna really quit that shit. It's just many other people don't vibe with this sort of shit. But I want to actually get in touch with social media because, actually, matter of fact, the friends I hung out with, I actually do work with. They're around my age. Talking about a lot of stuff, video game related stuff, music related stuff, and I got a chance. They actually got a chance to actually know me quite well, which is a really good thing. But it's this type of stuff is that I don't really talk about. I never talked about my YouTube channel outside. The only people who know about this are my family, and even then, they don't even watch my shit anyways. Which is why I'm able to actually really just cuss freely and actually say whatever the fuck I actually want to say, without anybody actually raising any eyebrows. That I would have been extremely, extremely fucked up if my grandma actually saw me like this. Either my grandma's but right now I'm just actually really messing with y'all. I don't really care that damn. Like, Honestly, I don't really care if they're actually watching me right now and then like just seeing me just talk like this. I really don't.
Start.
But I haven't really talked to most of my fan members about my YouTube channel. They don't even know about this. But not a single one will watch my content, so it's not that bad. But the people who I'm actually really talking to, I don't really tell them about this. 'Cause again, I'm not like I'm social, but I don't want to really be too personal about certain shit. That's just kind of how I actually roll. And, maybe one day I will tell them about this. Maybe. It's just the only social media platform I'm actually willing to tell them about is like TikTok. And I barely use that app anyways. Yeah. There's cut off certain people. I don't really cut off a lot. Well, I did cut off some people, but not that many. I guess the only other thing that I've actually really been truly comfortable about is expressing myself. I've always talked about this, or even, yeah, and that's exactly why I don't really use TikTok, but some people use TikTok a lot. That's their social media. I mean, they don't that much, which is why that's the only real social media I use. Instagram would have been it, but I'm not going back on Instagram. Most of you already know this by now, but yeah, I got banned from. I got banned off of Instagram almost 7 years ago, and I haven't been back on that platform since. So all it was just some bullshit. And like that's the only other social media that they use, but I can't really say anything about it because I'm not making an account, and I refuse to go back on that fucking platform. Fuck Instagram. The only other social media sites I'm actually using is like it's like Discord and Discord and actually that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm barely on the wiki right now. And I definitely need to be Sports Wiki. That's the only other social media site that I'm going on, but I don't really go on anything else. Blue Sky. I don't know anybody who actually uses Blue Sky. That's just here and there. I mean, another social media, but yeah, Discord is just kind of where I'm at when it comes to social media now. I guess that's nothing else. Twitter is only for degenerate niggas and political type shit. At least with Discord, I can actually, it's not like public anything. Or, like, servers, I can just join them and not get recommended other servers. And I can actually choose. And that's pretty cool. VCs, you know, it's people who are actually within the server, you know, that's pretty chill. What else is there? Oh yeah, and Discord calls. Pretty cool. Okay, that's actually a really extreme claim to make, but alright. Yeah, I've seen it. Well, I have a Twitter account. I have seen some degenerate shit on there. Most of it on the surface. And if you actually do a lot of dicking, you're gonna be actually seeing some shit that'll make you actually go, how the fuck is this even allowed on the site? I swear, you don't want to go down the Twitter rabbit hole. I've done it and I regretted it. It's not worth it. Not in the slightest. That's why I just kind of stay away from that shit. It left me scarred completely for life. But luckily, no, my friends actually have Twitter, or even talk about Twitter, so you know, it's actually really good. What I want to do. Oh, I know about that. That shit's hilarious. I wonder. Although I would recommend going to like Wiki. On the Wiki, it used to be bad, but now it's kind of really, you know. The Wiki is actually really kind of chill now. You know, everybody's just kind of vibing. It's not really that much shit that's actually going on. I like it. I just wanted to stay away from anything political. I've just seen that shit all over in news, and you know, this is kind of my only escape from the real world. The internet. But then sometimes you just gotta break away from all that shit. You know, I just realized we just went through this entire recording session, and that conversation actually carried this entire shit. Oh my god. I'm actually done recording right now. But we're not going to end the stream just yet because, like I said before, I wanted to make up for, cutting the stream short, so I definitely wanted to do something extra. While still talking on topics of socializing and other shit. But now I don't even know what to record. I didn't really think this through. I didn't really think I would actually get this far. We're only 45 minutes into the stream and there's 4 people watching. Like 40 minutes. This is actually shorter. And that's probably due to the fact that I'm not repeating mini games because We Party You was just being difficult for me. So we're gonna keep going. It's not gonna be an extra game. I'm not gonna do anything multiplayer related. I'm just you know what? I want to record some Nintendo Land footage. There's no particular reason why I actually record footage for Nintendo Land. That's actually a perfect way to actually segue into another topic I definitely want to talk about. Seeing as the boys are here and Aaliyah is also here, and I definitely want to actually talk about this. I think I may have talked about it a little bit a couple of sessions ago, but I just don't remember. And it's about Tomodachi life, living the dream. And I have a lot to actually talk about there. Talk about what I've actually seen. I did see it live, or see the direct live, and I definitely want to really give out my thoughts. Well, for one, yeah, like I actually said last time, I'm gonna stream it. It's gonna be the first time I'm gonna be doing like a first impression stream. Usually I just kind of just do it shit like off stream. Like games like Metroid and Metroid Prime 4. In Metroid Prime, it's mostly like Metroid Prime and stuff. Those are solid tier. I gotta say, so far, I know people are gonna probably disagree with me on this, but Metroid Prime 4 is one of the best games on Nintendo Switch 2. I will die on this hill. Probably due to the fact that I fell in love with Prime 1. I mean, that's a game I'm in the middle of my second playthrough of the game right now. I just haven't really done it because, I've just been caught up with some other shit. But Prime 4 is amazing. And once I'm done with this fucking game, once I'm done with this fucking game and this fucking review that I've been working on for 2 months now, I'm gonna go back to Prime 4. That is gonna be something I'm gonna really can't wait to actually play. It's my god, I've got to really get invested. And also another game I'm actually really getting invested in is Wind Waker HD. Yes, I do know for a fact that Wind Waker is already on Nintendo Switch, but I always wanted the HD version for the longest time. I've actually been very invested in that game. So much so, in fact, that the first playthrough, it's like, I got like 4 hours worth of the story mode. I just couldn't really put it down. I actually really do like it. It's like the second best Wii U game, in my opinion. obviously the best is Nintendo Lands. You can't really deny that. But Wind Waker HD is it's actually a really good game. It's actually really great. It was definitely well worth the wait. And I get to play it on the Wii U. Probably one of my favorite Zelda games as of right now. Alien blasting? Okay, look, Metroid Prime is more than just alien blasting. But yeah, it's pretty much that. Damn, now I don't even know where to go. Once again, I haven't really thought this through, but I want to play. I don't know what I want to play. As of right now, I just want to just record something for the sake of recording something. But yeah, it's the alien blasting game. Though then again, you gotta really put some respect on the name because again, Metroid is great. The series as a whole is actually really great. Except for Other M. Other M sucks ass. But the Prime series, pretty damn good. Granted, I haven't really played Prime 2 or 3, but Prime 1 and 4 are actually really great. And also, Metroid Blast and Nintendo Land is actually really great as well. I don't know which one I want to play. I want to chat. Which attraction should I go into first? Except for the competitive ones. Except for the competitive attractions, I can't really do that. Because again, I don't really have anybody. I can actually gather a group of people to actually play attraction. Just anyone I should start off with, I'm gonna do it. You know what? Actually, you know what? Now we're already on the subject of Metroid, might as well play some Metroid Blast. Ooh. Yeah, like I actually said, or like the discussion I actually really had during the last 2 recording sessions, all I have is Rio. That's pretty. Well, I have Vancouver and Rio. That's the only 2 games in the series. I think I actually heard a lot of positive things about London, but I just never played it. And I do remember the commercials for both the Wii version and the 3DS version. I bet you actually really think that Rio is probably one of the best Wii U games. I do have fun with Rio sometimes. I haven't really played it in a while. I don't know how many. I'm gonna start recording right now. I don't know how many levels I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna record whatever type of footage. I might need this later. So that that whole thing with NFTs thing is fucking dumb. I don't really buy into any NFTs. I mean, it's iconic. Like, the Mario and Sonic series is iconic. You got two of the gaming's biggest mascots actually going around and just being the exact same game. And this series started before Brawl, made it cool. This game, this is kind of my soft spot. I want to actually say this is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Like, and I'm not even over exaggerating. Like, this game is just so good. Which I'm kind of really upset. Now, this is where I'm actually really kind of getting fucked up. If the rest of the Mii fans get to really enjoy having Nintendo Land, or having, like, we have, like, Tomodachi Life, then I should be able to actually be happy and enjoy my time playing Nintendo Land. And I just know for a fact that it's kind of becoming less likely, but and I know it's actually starting to become like less likely, but still. Oh yeah, right. Quick tangent. I actually used to hate the DS version, but now I kind of go on the soft spot. But still, 100%ing. I never 100% any of the games I ever really played. But I know I kind of really got less likely. But it was less likely to actually have a Tomodachi Life. Like, let's just be honest, no one expected that shit. While I was actually watching that direct, I actually caught me off guard that a Tomodachi Life game would be coming in existence. Now, I know for a fact that, even like Pilot Wings has barely any chance. I know that. I kind of given up on that game. And that game, I really haven't really moved to a sequel for the Switch. But Nintendo Land has a chance, I do believe. Just I was just actually really just hoping. That's the thing I was hyped for. Everybody else was just hyped for Tomodachi Life. I'm the only person who was actually hyped for this, for like, Nintendo Land for Switch 2. I mean, it's not really technically porting, it's more or less a follow-up. Ah, interesting. But, for a Mii game, what the fuck are you even supposed to do? That hasn't really been done before. kind of my thing. And I forgot that the master ranking, the last level was the accuracy one. I could actually. This one's no damage. What are they even supposed to do for another game? I'm not really that hyped for like having a new game in the series. What are Nintendo really gonna actually do with the next installment? It's just gonna be like and probably gonna be like a rare occurrence that another game is actually gonna just refeature Mii's or have Mii's be like the main attraction. Only like carrot or for like I don't know, like cameo appearances. But look, I gotta really just say this right now. What I actually meant in community posts, I meant when I actually said that community post I made a couple days ago, I documented. I do not believe that Tomodachi Life is just this all great game or this the one of the best things ever created. I just think the exact opposite. Not that it's not that it's a bad game. I'm definitely not saying that Tomodachi Life is a bad game. I'm just really saying that it's not really the best in the 3DS era. And I definitely do believe that and I definitely do believe that one of the best 3DS era games is Pilot Wings. And you know, a lot of people may actually debate on whether or not that's actually really true. But for me, I just kind of really I played that game way before actually Tomodachi Life was actually really localized for the rest of the audience. Like 2013. And I played that game day by day. It was actually my turn for the 3DS. I definitely really liked Pilot Wings. And it's like, there was just so much variety that Pilot Wings Resort just kind of just had that Tomodachi Life just didn't really have. Tomodachi Life was just like the exact same shit. It's just like Animal Crossing, where the events are the exact same. And with that, the game just kind of really gets boring at times. And I don't know, it's just not really my cup of tea. Yeah, it does really get boring after a while. There's no real excitement. Pilot Wings actually really gives you an excitement that I just think that Tomodachi Life is just missing. And that's what this trailer was to me. It was just an HD variation of the third game. Or actually, more or less the 3DS, with some added features like island customization, you know, from New Horizon. And look, don't even get me started with New Horizons. I have a lot to really say about that game. And you know what, despite my watch time, if you actually go on the time on Switch, I have actually poured in hours of New Horizon. That game is one of the most mid and disappointing games I've ever really played on Switch. It's not even one of the best Switch games I've ever really played. I'm gonna be art. Again, it's not a bad game. I'm actually really saying it's disappointing at most, and that's the only expectation that I actually have with Living the Dream. Is it gonna be better than New Horizon? Is it gonna actually be considered, an actual good or a reasonably fun game that isn't really frustrating in certain parts? And I forgot to hit resume. Mario Party. Yeah, Mario Party is actually good. And as a current YouTuber, I just feel the exact same way. Like, it's not the best thing in the world. I would just see posts about, like, just, Tomodachi Life. And it's like, oh yeah, it's so much fun. I get to actually be able to live my fantasies with my CPU crush. And I'm just like, I don't really give a damn about Tomodachi Life. Matter of fact, I haven't even touched that game in months. I don't even think I even remember the last time I even played Tomodachi Life. I just ignored that game's existence for the longest. Not that it's bad, it's just that I just played way better. Meanwhile, Pilotwings Resort, I played that game countless times, and I still to this day actually play it on my off time. If I ever get a 3DS capture card, that's the first game I'm going to actually be recording. Probably make a review out of it. Tomodachi Life on the other hand, I might. But I'm just going to actually make a review of it, why I just think it's an okay game. And not one of the best things. There are some funny bits to Tomodachi Life, but then there are some just other stuff that is just so... That's just actually just so very immature about the game that I just really don't like. It's the obvious type of jokes that I just don't really find funny, and I just kind of find it very juvenile. Plus, the game is just sometimes weird in most parts, but it's just actually way too weird for my taste. I'm a weird ass nigga. I can actually be accustomed to just some very weird shit on the internet. But when it actually comes to Tomodachi Life, it was just actually just at some spots that I just don't really like. And that whole entire direct actually played out like some sort of episode on a TV show. Especially with that Jester guy or whatever his name is. Again, I don't even know what that guy's name is. Huge something. And like, of course, you got Doms and all that stuff. And like, yeah, don't care. Dumb CPU. I guess there's actually one point where, I can actually say my blessings is again the art style. I mean, these having actual ears is actually really interesting. Although it's not new, I have seen these with ears before in some publications. I just don't remember which one it is. Although at the same time, it's kind of uncanny because I've just kind of been used to these not having ears. Huge Morris, that's his name. I honestly forgot his name. I've actually just been on that whole little thing with him being some sort of jester or some shit. Dude, he's developed a fan base? Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Bro, the trailer just dropped. The director's a couple days ago. How the fuck does a nigga have some sort of fucking fan base? That is hilarious. Oh my god. But, no. That's crazy. I guess it's yeah. The art style is actually, it's alright. I mean, obviously, at first when I first saw it, I didn't really like it at first. I didn't really like it. It was kind of weird looking at the game's art style when in the first direct, but in this direct, I kind of got used to it. We're definitely going into like the HD era in the Mii universe, and I think this game is really stepped up from graphically for Mii's. I mean, anything would actually be better than the worst looking game by far. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. We Play has got to be one of the ugliest Wii games I've ever really seen, and a game that aged really poorly. I still haven't really gotten over how bad the graphics look now. Edgy. Oh yeah, the other Mii's that actually have a fan base. But another thing is what I've actually seen is the whole thing with same-sex relationships. That was always that whole big controversy. It's like, your Mii can't be gay. And apparently you can actually be like that. Although the non-binary stuff is like, yeah. Non-binary, I'm not praising anybody who's in non-binary. No offense, but pick it up. It's kind of really. What? Oh, whoops. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings with the whole non-binary thing, and I don't want to say too much, otherwise I might come across as being completely offensive. All I gotta say is that it's kind of more or less a meh on my part. Although there is, I mean, yeah, there is that obvious way that you can actually have that shit as an option. But of course, yeah, with Russia, of course, they had to really remove that from the game. I don't really blame them. Well, serve. I don't really give a damn what type of gender it is, but whoever you're rocking with is whoever you're rocking with. I don't really have a problem with it. I didn't really actually give a damn because obviously in like Tomodachi, like there is a way you can still do that. You just kind of have to change the gender or have the opposite gender of a particular need. Like for instance, with the Josephine, if I wanted to actually make her lesbian, I could just actually make her male, and then she'll just go after all the female leads. I've done that, and it, although it's kind of really weird, it can work. But now you don't really have to do that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. I guess we're just doing that. Taboo topic is definitely the whole talk about LGBT because it's not really as mainstream as it is now. So of course, the next game would actually capitalize on that sort of topic. So again, I don't really care. It's there, it exists, fine. Damn it. Yeah, I went into that. But it's like, they finally added it. Alright. Hopefully the humor is not as immature. I'm only actually saying it as hope, but I just know for a fact that the game is going to be as immature as fuck. And I can't really... I can't really, you know, expect nothing much. And then, I can't really expect anything much, or I can't really expect anything more than it's gonna be the exact same humor. So I'm not really gonna hold my breath and just say that, yeah, this game is... It's gonna have some humor. There are some humor that I actually really like, but at the same time, it's those type of jokes is what actually irks me, and I just don't really know why. Not that I actually took away from the direct. There's gotta be some other things. The fan bases aren't it. The toilet humor. That's what I'm actually talking about. I don't really like saying that word. Well, not the toilet humor itself, but there's just one word in particular around that I just don't really like saying. I don't really feel comfortable saying. But you know exactly what it is, and I don't want to really repeat it. I just don't really like that type of humor. I very rarely laugh at it. It's just kind of immature to me. That's one thing. And I just really hope that Well, not that. But yeah, the toilet humor is definitely what I'm talking about. I know, like it's not that bad, but I just really get triggered by it for some reason. Like, I just don't really like that type of humor. It's what actually disses me from Tomodachi Light to begin with. But one of the biggest things that it's coming into the mainstream, into the Miiverse, is once again they're bringing back children. And man, they're going to be bringing back actual children into the mix. Yeah, I do remember his reaction. I don't really mind children too much. I just, it's kind of an okay feature. It's a feature that I'm not really shocked that this game is actually really bringing. It's just gonna be an onslaught of some very cringy posts that are gonna actually be brought up. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not all for all that. I do have several kids, or do have Mii's that do have several kids, but I'm not really gonna be posting any of that shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Obviously, it's gonna be a feature that's gonna be turned off. I'm like, kids being in the game, it's not really that big of a deal for me. Obviously, if they didn't have kids in this game, I wouldn't really actually trip too much about it. But all in all, yeah. That's pretty much all of my initial thoughts. I don't really know if the game's gonna really be good or not. I don't really know if the game is gonna actually really be the best thing. I'm not gonna actually hold my breath to say that it's gonna be one of the best things I ever really played. It's just gonna be an okay experience. Yeah, I know it. Actually, no. Just forget what. Okay, look. Never mind. Forget what I said. Just know that there's kids in this game. I don't really mind too much, but if you know, you know. I don't want to really explain it here. I can barely talk right because I'm trying to concentrate on this fucking indie. Jeez. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about something else. But again, I'd rather just kind of drop it right now. I'm not really gonna actually bring it out here. Oh yeah, see ya, Raiden. But yeah, this is just kind of my thoughts and what I actually really think about the trailer. It's an okay game at most. It does look good in HD. But I'm not going to hold my breath and say that it's going to be one of the best games ever on Switch. In fact, I'm not even going to change my list of my favorite Mii games. I already have a top 5 list. And it's actually pretty simple. It's going to be like Wii Party U, Wii Sports, Pilot Wings Resort, Wii Sports Resort, and then Timberland. I don't think this game's ever really going to top the list. Hello, Jack. Welcome. But again, I'm still kind of salty. Look, if there's any way that Nintendo can actually make me truly happy, is if there's a Nintendo Land on Nintendo Switch 2. We already got a disappointing as all hell launch game for the Switch 2, which I don't own and I'm not gonna buy. But there's now a chance of a Nintendo Land, and I'm just gonna just hold out hope. Although I'm not gonna like go ahead and like insult Nintendo or actually send out hate letters for not doing, not really posting anything related to Nintendo Land. But if there is actually something I definitely want in a new game, I wanted to actually capitalize some other franchises that they haven't really accomplished in this game. Such a case of Kirby. There's not a single rendition of Kirby at all in this first game at all. And I would think that it could easily be like a co-op game. Like, it could probably actually replace Luigi's Dark Mansion. Which, if you're being honest, that's actually one of my least favorite attractions. I definitely didn't really like Luigi's Mansion at all. Due to how just uninteresting it is. I don't know, it's just actually boring in comparison to the other competitive games. And I wish they would have just omitted that. Because, like, Kirby, I don't know what they're gonna really do with, like, a Kirby attraction, but I mean, there are some ideas. It's just, we could have that. And then, also Splatoon. You know, Splatoon didn't even exist when Nintendo Land came out. Actually, matter of fact, New Leaf didn't even exist when this game came out. Like, the current game that was actually released was like Wild World. We didn't even get any, like, I think there was just one New Leaf trailer that was actually released like a year prior to this. I'm just not sure yet. And probably some other obscure NES games. Because they did have some like obscure ones that, you know, barely anybody really mentioned. Like that one, I forgot what it was actually called, but it was Tekasumi's Ninja Castle. That's obscure. Probably due to the fact that most Western audiences don't even know that game was actually based on a Famicom game. It was only released exclusively in Japan. Now, I'm not really going to say, like, other games, like Devil's World is going to actually be mentioned. I don't really think Devil's World is going to be mentioned. Matter of fact, I fucking hate that game so much. But it's like, the two IPs I'm actually thinking about is mostly, it's mostly Kirby and Splatoon. Even though I don't really care that much about Splatoon, I mean, I'll definitely like to see it. You know, I'll probably like the attraction more than I like the actual game itself. I never really played a single Splatoon game in my life. I never played the first, second, or third game, and I don't really plan on buying any of those games. But if it's actually released in its own Nintendo theme park, then I might be obligated to play. You know, I never really played a single Zelda game in my life, and you know, it's not until Nintendo Land got me obligated to actually play one, and now I definitely like Wind Waker. And Breath of the Wild too. And there's probably some other Nintendo franchises that, you know, I have really names that would have actually benefited good if it would have been released in the sequel that hasn't really been seen here. Unfortunately, I can't really think of them. I mean, the other game I'm actually thinking about is Star Fox. But I don't really know how they can actually make a Star Fox game into like a Nintendo theme park attraction. But they somehow actually made F-Zero work. I mean, obviously this attraction is actually really brought. This attraction is actually really good. It's challenging, it's fun, it's exciting, and the music's actually pretty good. But also, like, if they're gonna actually do like a port, the one thing I definitely want them to also do is like some sort of remakes or actually do new renditions of the old games. And I didn't mean to do that. I meant to get my charger. I don't know what they can actually really do with new technology, but with the added benefit of oh, you asshole. But with the added benefit of the new mouse controls for Switch 2, there's just so many new possibilities that can be added to the sequel while remaking the old games. And I was actually thinking about like keeping the same art style. Because I mean there's nothing wrong with this art style. I just don't really feel comfortable with the art styles from either. Okay, at the very least, keep Beatopia's art style. Because Beatopia's art style is actually really not that bad. I actually do like it. I just don't want Living the Dreams art style in the team. I just don't want to really give away from the aesthetic of what this game is actually offered. Because this game is actually aged really well when it actually comes to how it looks. But so that would be one game. If they actually release that, I'm pre-ordering it. And I know I'm gonna have a really good time. I barely pre-order games now, and I don't even plan on pre-ordering Living Dream. I'm just only just getting that on launch, but maybe I'm not even sure. Just get it like I might just actually just get it like a couple days after it launches. Just a couple days. I don't know. I don't know how they can actually really do Twister Course again. How will Twisted Course fare in comparison to the Switch 2? Guess we'll never know. And I already failed. Whatever, GG's. Man, I scooped that up so hard. Oh my god, I actually barely made it. I'm not really that good with these type of ways. Oh shit. Oh shit. No shot, man. Actually make it. I already stopped recording too. Please tell me I'm not gonna make it. Son of a bitch. What? Man. Oh, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna actually make it to the end. And I'm gonna be biased by saying Big Blue from Mario Kart 8 is not as good as this. Okay, now I gotta really focus. Gotta lock in shot. You be looking at the TV for that shit. Alright. No, 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 no! Damn it! Damn, I knew that shit was gonna happen. Ah, damn! Man, what? How are you losing connection? You're right in front of me. This is unfortunate. Oh my god. Yo, that's a personal best! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Hold on. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Oh my god. Yo, I got a personal best! Yo, I got a new personal best! Let's go! Let's go! Yo! Even if I would have finished, I probably would have actually done better. I've actually screwed up in the nearly the end of the third section. Oh my god. Yeah. It's just that's just always a mistake. Every single time I'm always getting to the final section of the extra levels. I always do that mistake of not pointing the that straight every time I turn. Because every time you're actually up in the air, you can't really change your direction. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was amazing. Well, you know what? On that note, I'm definitely going to actually end off the session right here. I'm just going to end the stream off right there on a very high note. And end off my very, very, very unscripted rant where I just kind of rambled on and on, unscripted, and just talked a bunch of nonsense about certain topics, about being antisocial, working on, and also working on myself to topics about Nintendo's new Wii game, to launch life, and the potential of this game on Switch. Now this should be trendy everywhere. Nintendo Land for Nintendo Switch 2. It should be on Nintendo Switch 1. It should be on 2. They need to take full advantage of everything. What this Switch 2 can actually everything that the Switch 2 can do. But, Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not, and on this note, I'm not going to stream next weekend. It's just gonna be strictly upload after upload. Hopefully, I can get the review done in the week. I'm almost done. Just need to do some voiceovers, and I'm gonna do it right after. No more, no more delays. No more me procrastinating. I need to lock in and get this review out. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully I am not drained by then. As usual, like and subscribe if you want to. And peace out. Probably should have just stayed on this screen. Let me just flex for a little bit. Look at all my accomplishments of what I did. This. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. This is not the best card. It's not the best player card ever. Obviously, I have some work to do, but I just don't have the time. Peace out, everyone. Once again.